What's up, you guys? My name is Sarah. I am a weight loss and nutrition coach. Let's talk about carbs. So somewhere in the early 2000s, low carb dieting became a very popular thing. Like, it was the thing to do. I think it started with the Atkins diet, but the particulars don't matter. The point is, it got very popular, and unlike some trends like bell bottoms or side ponytails, it never seemed to go away. So it just sort of hung around and took on sort of different permutations, like the paleo diet and the ketogenic diet and things like that. And it has sunk its teeth into the public consciousness, so much so that it seems now that most people just kind of assume if you're going to lose weight, you need to cut carbs. But I want to talk to you today about why carbs don't scare me. And I'd like to start by telling you a story of how I oftentimes see low carb practiced, we'll say. So the way I usually see people practice this is they think, okay, I need to lose weight, so I'm gonna cut my carbs. So they'll do things like order burrito, but ask for it without a tortilla. Or they might skip potatoes, the side of potatoes at dinner, right? And so they get very quick success after they do this. So it's like they cut the carbs and then suddenly they see their weight drop rather quickly and they think, boom, that's it. This is the key. I just need to cut out carbs and my weight will continue to drop until I get to my goal weight. Unfortunately, just as quickly as their weight drops, their weight then plateaus. Now, don't get me wrong, it is not inherently bad to cut out carbs, to stop eating tortillas and chips and potatoes, but let me explain to you why that plateau happens. When they cut their carbs, we'll say this person, this imaginary person I'm talking about, when this person cut their carbs, they also cut their calories, right? Because for every carb you eat, you're eating 4 calories. So if you cut carbs, you're also cutting your calories. So that is where the initial weight loss came from, is cutting calories. Unfortunately, this person didn't realize that when they cut those calories, they probably realized they were getting hungrier, right? It's like you cut out some of the food you're eating, you're gonna feel hungry. But what they weren't aware of is that they probably started overcompensating for that hunger with non-carby things, right? So maybe that person ordered a side of guacamole with their non-tortilla burrito, or maybe they started to eat more meat than they did before, or more peanut butter, whatever it is, not with the tortillas, but whatever it is, they started to eat more. And so before they know it, if they're not actually tracking what they're eating, they're not actually aware of how many calories they're eating, without even realizing it, their calorie intake sneaks back up to where it was pre-diet. So at worst, they end up regaining the weight. At best, they just hang out at that plateau until they decide to reintroduce carbs. And so either way, whatever scenario, the result is not what you want, right? The result is failing to lose the weight that you want. Here's a better alternative. Rather than cutting carbs, track all of your calorie intake. Do that for maybe a week or so, and then whatever calories you are averaging for that week or two, begin to lower all of your calories from there. The reason this works is, number one, your calorie intake is what decides what your weight is. By and large, it's your calorie intake. So tracking your calories just cuts to the chase of what the actual lever is you need to pull, so to speak, to get the weight off. Number two, if you are just cutting your carbs in order to lose weight, and then you're planning on eating carbs again after you have lost your weight, you're really setting yourself up for failure, because you haven't trained yourself to be at that new weight with carbs. If you reintroduce them and you haven't learned how to manage your weight with carbs in the picture, you're just gonna gain the weight back. My client Heather experienced this firsthand. When she first started working with me, she had tried to cut carbs before, And here's the tricky thing for Heather. She really enjoys her glass of wine or two at the end of a long day. That helps her unwind. It's just something she enjoys. So she was afraid that she had to cut carbs in order to lose weight. She even tried it. She would try it, but she would not succeed because in the end, she still wanted her glass of wine at night. So what's she supposed to do? Just white knuckle it until the weight comes off and then hope it stays off? That's not what we did. When we started working together, I taught her how to track her calories and adjust them over time so that she could lose the weight she wanted to lose. She was even able to incorporate her glass of wine in her plan. Now, did she drink wine every single night? No, not while she was trying to lose weight, but she also didn't not drink wine every day while she was trying to lose weight. So she was able to incorporate it into her plan. She was able to still have her fun. And on top of that, she was able to find some alternatives for those times when she couldn't fit it into the plan for whatever reason. And just to reiterate, this worked so well for Heather because she knew when she started working with me that she did not want to abstain from alcohol for the rest of her life. If she wanted to abstain from alcohol for the rest of her life, she would have just cut her carbs and learned to live like that. The reason she was so successful is because she learned to incorporate alcohol as she was losing weight so that when she hit her goal weight, it wasn't just an experience of, okay, let's reintroduce this thing and then my weight's gonna go crazy. It's, oh yeah, I know how to include this mindfully. Speaking of incorporating things mindfully, on March 9th, I am beginning a 4-week transformation program where I share step-by-step how to do things like incorporate carbs into your program as you lose weight. In this program, you will get a portal with training videos in it to teach you step-by-step how to track your calories, how to lower your calories, a meal plan while you're learning these skills. And I've also gamified it, so you'll be able to earn points for every activity, every training that you do, so that by the end, you will know exactly how I lost weight, how I teach my clients to lose weight, and how you will lose weight as well. And keep in mind, this program is absolutely free. The reason is this is the first time I'm going to be releasing it. And so I'm hoping that in exchange for going through the program with me, you'll also give me some feedback on it so that I can tweak it and get it into the hands of even more people. Because that is my mission, to get clear, anxiety-free weight loss in the hands of as many people as possible. If you'd like to take part in this free transformation program, click the link in the description, fill out the information there, and I will see you there.